What's up, everybody? For TGN Technology and the Smoking Android, my name is Jared, and today we're going to be unboxing the new Motorola RAZR V, recently released by Motorola. This is actually the Bell version, so thank you very much to Motorola and Bell for sending this out to us to unbox and review. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, this isn't what I would consider, what most people would consider a super phone or, you know, a beastly phone like the Samsung Galaxy S3. However, some reviewers have mentioned that this is more of an entry-level phone. I'm going to have to disagree with them. I'm going to have to chalk this up to at least a mid-range device. So getting into the box here, and there's not a whole lot to the box here. One thing I love about Bell Mobility is that they actually don't brand the hell out of their boxes and or devices. It looks just like it does coming directly from the manufacturer, so very nice there. Not that it's a huge thing for you guys, branding on boxes, but nevertheless. Of course, there's not really too much information. Yes, this is a demo unit, front, back, and of course, just a little bit of information about the device and some of the hardware. So let's go ahead and get this sucker open it up, and of course we have our device here. Very nice looking, but we're just going to set that off to the side for now so we can take a look at what's inside the box here. So it does come with your standard 3.5mm headphones. They look like earbuds, and they don't look like the highest quality ones in the world. However, they will do, and of course there's always some other headphones that you can purchase for yourself, and it does come with some replacement coverings for it, as well as a little alligator clip type deal to pin onto your lapel or anything like that. And of course we've got our micro USB data / charging cable. One thing I've always liked about the Motorola cables, if I can actually get this off ever, is actually the super high quality cables that they give you. I know it's not something for a lot of you worth dwelling on, but for me, I mean, considering this is something you're going to be using every single day, whether you're rooting your device, transferring, files, or just charging your device, you're obviously going to want a nice, rugged and durable data cable. So it's nice to see that they included that in it as well. And of course, we have our charging block here. And I'm just going to set this box off to the side just a little bit there so I have a little more room for focusing. And we'll get this open and rip into it there. So just a nice little cube, and boop, pops up like that, so you can toss it in your backpack for easy storage. And look at that, it's actually got 2 USB ports on it. I have never seen that before in my life. Wow, so that's fantastic. So I suppose that you could either charge 2 devices or have something else that's going to require USB power, as well as charge your phone at the same time. And it's got a nice little flip up forks there, so very cool charging block. I know you guys are probably laughing at me because I'm dwelling on a charging block, but that's pretty neat. Put that off to the side, and of course we've got a little bit of literature, and so this is the French. I am not French. And we've got, of course, some safety instructions and information, and little pamphlet here giving us some information on the hardware, how to install the SIM card, things like that. Just in case you're a user that's never purchased a phone before in your life, you might want to know how to enter a SIM card and plug in your charger. So obviously you can, some light reading there for you all. Putting that off to the side here, we're going to go ahead and get into the device here. And actually I'm going to move all of this off to the side here. Just kind of tuck it all off there. Sweep it under the rug, right? So here we go. Here's our RAZR V. Very nice device. And so we're going to go ahead on a little bit of a tour here. So of course we've got our 4.3-inch display, which has a resolution of 960 by 540. And the display is actually the new Color Boost display from Motorola. So it'll be interesting to see how this stands up in daylight and gaming and all that fun sort of stuff. Also, it does have a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core Texas Instruments OMAP 4430 processor in it, so it's packing a bit of a beast under the hood. And let's go ahead and get started here. So, of course, we've got our micro USB port at the top, which a lot of people are liking. Personally, I prefer my micro USB. Actually, you know what? That's a lie. That's a lie. I do prefer the micro USB on the top as well as the headphones jack, because if you slip it into your pocket, although it would have been nice, it would be nice to see manufacturers placing these on the bottom. That way when you slip it in your pocket, everything's, kind of there and sticking out of your pocket. But this is sort of the same thing. So if you have it in your cup holder in your car or something like that, you could be charging it and have your auxiliary plugged in at the same time. So I thought that's really, really neat. So that's cool. And of course on the back here, we have our 8 megapixel rear-facing camera capable of taking 1080p video. Of course, we have our LED flash, and we have our speaker grill. And moving around, so of course on the front there, we have our VGA front-facing camera, or for those of you that are very technical about it, 0.3 megapixel, as opposed to, say, for instance, the 2 megapixel or 1.9 megapixel front-facing camera on the Galaxy S3 and so on. So nice stuff there. Now on the right side of the device, we have our volume rockers. One thing I noticed right away about the volume rockers is that they are a bit recessed inside the device itself, making it feel a little bit strange to press the buttons, but of course we'll be covering that in the review. And of course, as you can see on the pictures there, we've got access, a little door here, to, if I can get my nails in there, to both your SIM card and micro SD card. Micro SD is expandable up to 32 gigabytes. Now it does come packed with a 1 gigabyte of RAM and 4 gigabytes of internal memory, like I said, expandable up to 32. And the device itself, it's only about 130 grams, so it's still feeling heavy enough to feel like you're actually got a phone in your hand, but not too heavy so it feels like you're carrying around a rock. Very cool stuff there. Getting into the battery here, we've actually got a non-removable 1750 milliamp battery. Non-removable, I don't really like seeing non-removable batteries or devices, but yeah, it is what it is, and it's an entry-level phone, and 1750 milliamps with running Ice Cream Sandwich, you know, with all the different power optimizations and things like that, that should be sufficient enough for you. And obviously at the top here we've got our screen lock and power button. Now, one thing that they've sort of been showcasing about this particular device is that it is running or using DuPont Teflon. So I've noticed when I unboxed it here that there's a bit of a plastic sticker on it. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that off here and put that off to the side. And first impressions of the feeling, it's definitely a neat feeling phone. Like a slight rubber to it, like I can feel my fingers kind of like squeaking as it goes by, and running my nails along it. It feels like it would be a bit scratch resistant. Now, one thing also I wanted to mention is I'm not 100% sure, mind you, I probably should have checked into this before the video, but I don't know if this is actually running Gorilla Glass at all. But what I did read in a lot of the different specification sheets is that it does the display is scratch and scuff resistant. I'm unfortunately not going to be demonstrating that because this isn't my device to do that with, but however, still that's good to know. So it's got some durability. It also has splash guards, so although you can't go snorkeling or swimming with it or anything like that, you know, if you're in the rain or you're at a table and somebody splashes and spills some water over your device or something like that, you don't have to worry about your device being sent back for warranty repair or having to pay for a new one. This is splash resistant, so it should be able to withstand a bit of moisture, which is also really, really nice to see. And of course we have our really cool Motorola logo that they put in the back there. I kind of like it, a little gray around it with a little sort of chrome finish to it, so it's pretty neat stuff there. And of course on the back I just noticed we actually have our noise cancellation microphone. At least I'm assuming that's the noise cancellation microphone. So very cool stuff there from Motorola. Let's go ahead and fire this sucker up, shall we? And actually, while we're at it, we'll probably pull the screen sleeve off. All right, I love doing that. That's the beauty about being a reviewer, is that you get to pull off the screen protectors from the, or I don't even know if you call it a screen protector. You guys know what I mean. So pretty cool new Motorola boot logo there, or boot animation, I'm sorry. So a couple of interesting facts about this. I was reading through some of the supported media formats, at least video formats, and the most impressive thing to me is it natively supports the H.264 format. So you're gonna be able to watch some pretty high quality videos right on your device here. Very cool stuff there. Wow, as you can see now, the screen isn't turned up brightness wise all the way. However, I'm just looking at the screen right now and it looks so clear. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in a little bit so we can really appreciate the new color boost display that Bella has. That I'm getting all kinds of messages now. I'm an Apple winner. Okay, that's great. Go to apple.com. There's one for the blooper reel. So anyways, yeah, again, this is just an unboxing, so we're not going to get too in-depth. We're going to leave most of that for the review. But as you can see, this is the new lock screen here. I like how we have an option here to switch it between silent and vibrate, or I'm sorry, turning the sound on and off between vibrate and sound on. our lock screen ring there seems to be blinking, telling us, go ahead and unlock this. As you can see here, we do have, whoops, I had that in focus there, out of the shot there. You do have access to both your camera, phone, text messaging, and swipe to the right to unlock it. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. It seems that it, as soon as it was fully fired up, it needed to do some optimizations for the SIM card or something like that. Anyways, I had to click proceed, and 10 minutes later, here we are. All right, so getting into the device here, of course, we're greeted with some of these sort of a walkthrough guide here, so we'll just go ahead and pull it down. And here is what the notification bar looks like. Keeping in mind this is Android 4.0, so it's very ice cream sandwich-esque type look to it. Of course, I'm sure we could just press the X button there, and that'll clear all the notifications like so. Pulling it down again, I'm sure we can jump right into the menu settings there, or settings menu there. We'll get back there. And we'll click next, and of course it wants us to jump into the applications. So just take a quick flip through the applications. Oh, look at that, it's horizontal scrolling, so that's kind of neat, a little bit different there. And we're just going to go ahead and jump right back into there. And I'm going to go ahead and try and get into the settings here. We're going to run down to About Phone. And then, as you can see here, we're running Android 4.0.4. Now, with that said, Motorola has taken a lot of, or has done a lot of improvements with their UI. This is no longer known as Moto Blur. I'm not 100% sure on what this is known as, but as you can see here, it's got a very, very, very stock Android feeling, very vanilla. The launcher itself, the launcher dock bar, looked very familiar to me, kind of like a Nova Launcher or Trebuchet, if you will. And basically the whole theme of it feels very ice cream sandwich-ish so far. So that's really nice to see. Obviously, they've listened to their consumers, they've listened to their customers, they've taken out the Moto Blur, which, in my opinion, out of all the different manufacturer overlays on all the different devices out there, the HTC Sense, the TouchWiz, and so on, this one, Moto Blur, seemed to be the most hated one out there, and Motorola obviously took that into account and got rid of it. So there's no more Moto Blur, which is really nice to see. Whereas that's kind of what I was used to on the Motorola Atrix. But anyways, this is not actually an LTE device, if you can believe it or not. This does only have HSPA plus connectivity with theoretical download speeds of 14.4 megabits per second, which is still incredibly fast. In fact, here on Vancouver Island, where I live, we don't get 4G or LTE. We only get HSPA plus. And I'll be honest with you, the time that I've spent with HSPA plus, I'm pretty happy with it. So the fact that this doesn't come with it is no big deal to me. So anyways, very cool stuff here. One major thing that you'll notice that I haven't even mentioned yet is it has on-screen buttons. No more capacitive buttons. Gone are the days of those. So very cool to see as well. These on-screen buttons, very reminiscent of the Nexus, the Galaxy Nexus, and so on and so forth. So cool stuff here. More coverage to come right here on TGN Technology and the Smoking Android. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for the review and tests. We're going to be pitting this up against my Galaxy S3. We're going to be doing some benchmark tests and the whole 9 yards. So stay tuned for all the different coverage that'll be coming for that. Until next time, guys, we'll see you in the next video, and make sure you give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. See you guys in the next video. Cheers.